Hey, the average Joe here. Hey, today we're going to look at the options we have in the software for air handling systems. So I have two projects here on the screen. The one on the left, you can see I have an air handler, and that's our configurable air handler. The one on the right, scroll over that, is our custom air handler. So the custom air handler, you can have components and see them in the cabinet, and then we create an airflow diagram so you see how those components relate to louvers and dampers, as well as spaces. Where the configurable air handler, you just go in there and you decide on that what type of options you might want to have in there. So both these options are in the interface of the software. They're also, when you go to File, Import, you can import any these loads programs here, Train Trace 700, Carrier HAP, Elite, and that's how I created these two projects here. I imported the load data. That load data was put into space, heat loss, temperatures, CFM, exhaust, ventilation, those types of things. And then based on the load numbers, uh, the system calculates, does all the proper calculations, then I'll select equipment and then schedule it. So you can very quickly go from your loads to seeing actually the size of your boilers and chillers and pumps, basically in a few minutes. The other thing I like to show and see on here is when I click on the air handle, I can click the letter A, and that shows me my static pressure summary of that. We do the same things obviously with pumps. You can see what the pump pressure drop is, the head on there. Over here, you'll see that fan. The static pressure goes out. And if I click on that fan, I can double see what's internal that makes up the static of the internal 2.78 inches, what's external to that as well. And then this fan down here would pick up from the space and relieve out back to the air handler. So those are nice just to really get an idea and know exactly what your static pressure is on your fans as well as your head on your pumps to see that quickly. As with all systems that we create, we typically, if it's, for instance, this had a fuel gas in it, the type was in there. If you go in here and look at the type. And so we created the gas meter and then the opposed load to handle that load. Right up there, you'll see the load of 791,000. Okay. And the load on obviously the imposed load on that boiler down here is more because of we have to derate that for altitude as well as the efficiency of that boiler. So it's going to have a higher input load that needs to go to that rooftop unit or air handler, whatever you're serving. I hope this has been helpful to kind of see how you can import your load data. It'd be the file import, or just go to our wizards, and there in the wizards you'll see very nicely we have configurable custom air handlers, and the same thing with the rooftop units. Quickly lay out your system, do the calculations, create the schedules, and then put your schedules and diagrams as part of your Revit drawing. With this, I hand this off to my CAD guy. Now he knows what items, what components, families he needs to put in Revit and how they need to be connected. So it's actually the bridge loads, HVAC solution, and then right into Revit. Hope this has been helpful. Hey, thanks for watching.